Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursdays at 3. I am Annika Spalding. I am the Community Relations Director here at the Amarillo Little Theater, and this is Thursdays at 3. I am so excited to talk to you about all things ALT, like I am every single week, and I have 3 very special guests with me today. We will get to that really, really soon. But first, let's get going because there's always so much to talk about. First of all, The Play That Goes Wrong. The Play That Goes Wrong is heading into its final weekend of performances. Not tonight. There is no show tonight. Those performances will start tomorrow evening on Friday. There will be a Saturday matinee. These sweet people are doing 2 of the show in one day, which if you have seen it, you know what a feat that is. If you haven't, buckle up. Saturday matinee, Saturday evening performance, and their final performance this Sunday matinee. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, let me show you how to do that. You can call our box office at 806-355-9991, or you can go to our website at amarillolittletheater.org to get your tickets. Of course, online, you can do that 24 hours a day. The box office is open from 10 to 5. However, things may have changed since a little while ago, but I checked, and tomorrow's performance, Friday evening's performance, had 1 ticket left when I checked this morning. That may have changed. There might be 0 tickets left now. And the rest of the performances this weekend are limited seating, which means, especially if you have a bigger party and you all want to sit together, call right now and get your tickets, or go online and reserve your tickets, because this show is mind-blowingly hilarious. These actors have worked so hard. The production team, the cast, the crew, everybody has done so much work to put this show up. They've even adjusted it based on an injury we had in our cast. And I was just telling the cast members from the show who are on the broadcast with me today, I cannot imagine it any other way. It is so hilarious. It's just the perfect way to escape. If you just need a couple hours to not think and just be entertained, this would be the show for you. This is the show for you. So definitely call this number that you see at the bottom of your screen, or go online to our website to get your tickets. Cast member Vanessa Hill says, go get your tickets. So worth it. You're right, Vanessa. You're absolutely right. Toot your own horn, girl. Toot your own horn all day, because this show is so good. Definitely go get your tickets. And Vanessa, as always, thank you for watching Thursdays at 3. While we're on the subject of The Play That Goes Wrong, I do want to show you a couple videos that, if you've been to our social media, you've seen them. But if you haven't, I just want to take a second to highlight this tremendous cast. And our marketing director, Raquel, has put these videos together, and they're just hilarious. They're so great. And they do such a great job of highlighting the show. So first, we're going to watch a little video. These are real short. They're like a minute and a half long. But this first video is our Academy director, Harrison Stringer, who is also a cast member in the show, who plays Dennis, making a little funny video that I just want you to enjoy. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Dennis Tide. I play Perkins the butler, and because I'm the only one in the cast without a job, I'm here today to show you around the set. This candelabra, Gerald, actually played Lumiere in last spring's production of Beauty and the Beast. Hi, Gerald. This cell phone I actually borrowed from my nan. These books actually come from our castmate Sandra's personal collection. She's very well read. In reality, the portrait is John Quincy Adams. Trevor actually introduced me to this wonderful band called Duran Duran. Sometimes on chilly nights we like to warm ourselves right next to the fire. Fun fact about this rug. Prior to last year's production of Julius Caesar, it was actually white. These swords were actually in the Great Wall. Thank you for joining me on this tour of our production of The Murder at Havisham Manor. Oh, my mum's calling. I forgot to do my chores. Be sure to check it out January 18th through the 28th here at the Alan Schenkel's main stage. This is actually a portrait of the director here in Amarillo, I think you say, his dog, Bentley.
I mean, that's just a little taste of what you'll be getting when you come and see the show. Obviously, that's not in the show, but this is the kind of vibe you can get when you come and see the show. Jeff Wyrick. Hi, Jeff. He says Harrison's the best. And I agree. Harrison is the best. And this really needs no introduction. I also want to show you a highlights video that we've put together, as if I had anything to do with it, that Raquel put together by herself without any of my assistance, of this fantastic cast. Just some highlights from the show so you can get a little sneak peek.
And your skin is so tight. You feel my heat, I'm just a moment behind. In touch with the ground, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Center the sound, I'm lost and I'm found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Start on the line, disco and rhyme, I howl and I whine, I'm after you. Mouth is alive, I'm running inside, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Running the ground, I break from the crowd, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. I smell like a sound, I'm lost and I'm found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Start on the line, discord and rhyme, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Mouth is alive, juices like wine, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Running around, I break from the crowd, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Center the sound, I'm lost and I'm found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Start on the line, discord and rhyme.
Breaking news, this just in, the box office has informed me that we have 125 total tickets left to sell for the rest of the weekend. That's total. That's not one show. That's all 4 shows. We have 125 tickets left. I don't need my microphone anymore. So call or get online and get your tickets so you don't miss out on this fantastic production. While we're talking about the play that goes wrong, we are in need of ushering and concessions help. As it says here, we appreciate everyone who came out to help for the first, or was it the second weekend? This weekend is going to be very busy as well. So I appreciate, again, like I said, these shows are going to be sold out. So we're going to need all the ushering and concessions help that we can get. And of course, Alyssa appreciates each and every one of you coming to help. If you want to help with ushering and concessions, and please do, if you can volunteer by emailing lissa@amarillo.littletheater.org or call our box office at 355-9991. And we will probably have signups on our social media as well if you want to look there. Raquel is always on top of that. So please help with ushering and concessions. We need all the help we can get. Danita says, absolutely the best. Can't wait to see it again on Sunday. Danita, I'm so glad you're coming back. Thank you so much for watching Thursdays at 3 and commenting. I appreciate it so much. And Megan says, can't wait to see it on Saturday. Yay. I'm so glad you're coming to see it. So excited for all of our patrons to see this show. It's such a great way to highlight the talent we have here at the Amarillo Little Theater. There is so much talent on that stage. The improv skills, the observation skills, the acting skills. It just goes on and on and on. The comedic chops, the comedic timing. I was so thoroughly entertained from beginning to end. And I should even say before the beginning, because I want to remind you, if you want to be a part of some pre-show hijinks and just see some extra bonus acting that you don't even have to pay for, come a little bit early. Get here about 15, 20 minutes early, hang out in the lobby, and just, I don't want to give anything away, but you'd be wise to get here just a little bit early. Let's keep going. So we also are going to need help for strike for the play that goes wrong. The play that goes wrong the strike will begin this Sunday around 4:45 p.m. BYOD, bring your own drills. If you have a drill, I do not have a drill. I know you're shocked by that, but if you do, bring your own. We would love to have some A-team, build team members to come help. This is going to be a massive, massive strike. So if you can come help, we would absolutely love it. We will give you a job to do. And thank you in advance for that. We're also going to have a work/build call. This is for our A-team people who know things about construction, please come help. There's going to be special projects that you're going to be working on for rent. This is going to be this Saturday, the 27th at 9:30 a.m. If you are going to be there, please email Lissa at amarillooflittletheater.org to RSVP so we can feed you. We definitely want to at least feed you lunch if you're going to be volunteering your time to help us out, or call our box office again at 355-9991 to let us know that you're going to be there. And that would be so helpful. This is just a little fun thing that we realized at staff meeting on Tuesday. Jason and I guess, got the Southwestern sweater memo and showed up kind of twinning to staff meeting. So Raquel snapped a picture of us. Aren't we cute? Oh my goodness. Let's move right along. Little Mermaid auditions began last night. Harrison Stringer started Little Mermaid auditions. We've already had over 127 kids signed up to audition, and there's still time to sign up. So get signed up if you haven't already. If you have any questions about the Little Mermaid auditions, please email Harrison at amarillo.littletheater.org, and he will get you all the information that you need. You definitely need to get a sign-up spot for that, and there are so many you really want to get in there. So email him if you have any questions, and he will answer those questions for you. Rent is our next show at the ALT Adventure Space. These tickets will go on sale to members next week on Monday, the 29th. That production will run February 15th through the 25th. Like I said, at our Adventure Space, 2751 Civic Circle. Those tickets will sell out very, very quickly. I believe we sold 200 tickets already. So make sure to get your tickets as soon as you can for that fantastic show. There is going to be so much going on with this show. Lots of fun things in the works for Rent. We're going to keep you informed about everything. So be on the lookout for posts and emails from Amarillo Little Theater. Also, today is a very special day. ALT remembers Jonathan Larson. Rent creator Jonathan Larson tragically passed away on this day in 1996. So we want to honor him today. Make sure to check out our social media later today for a special memorial of him. Such a tragic passing, and we are so honored to be putting on the Tony Award-winning musical Rent. I know that cast is hard at work right now, and I personally cannot wait to see this show. I am so pumped. I also want to let you know that our marketing director, Raquel, has worked really hard on promo videos for The Play That Goes Wrong. So she's already posted so many of them. If you haven't, get caught up on our social media with those because they're so worth the watch, and they're all really, really short. But look out for those as you're scrolling through social media. And if you come across our posts, when you're scrolling through, mindlessly scrolling, doing whatever, please interact with them. It helps us spread the word, get more people involved at ALT who might not otherwise know about us. So if you see ALT posting on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, please just like it or share it or comment on it or whatever. Share it to your stories. I don't know, but we would just love that if you would help us spread the word, because we want to get more people involved at ALT. We want to have our auditioning pool be bigger and bigger and bigger every year. So that is a way that you can help. If you can't volunteer your time, help us out on social media. We would absolutely love it. Okay, we all know this is my very favorite time of the week. This is an extra special volunteer of the week. Let's get right to it. Okay, everybody, our volunteer of the week this week is Nicholas Schaefer. Nicholas has generously volunteered to be assistant music director for Rent. And we're all wondering, what could we have ever done without him? Music director for Rent, Jen Akins, had this to say about his help during rehearsals. She says, Nicholas does everything 100%. He has helped me so much that I don't want to do musicals without him, my assistant music director. I'm so proud of him. Here's an example. Let's say we just finished working a scene. I get up to talk with a cast member about the music. When I come back, my score is open to the next song scheduled. I don't have to check the blocking schedule, look up the scene page number, and then flip through two gigantic scores. Jen's scores are so big when she does musicals. To be ready. I'm just ready. He's spoiling me. How amazing. Nicholas, we are all so proud of you. And I just have to say, on behalf of someone who absolutely adores Jennifer Akins, Thank you so much for taking such good care of her. When she texted this to me, I said, it's about time. It is about time you had help like that. My goodness, her ability to flip through a score and then play this incredibly difficult music has never ceased to blow my mind. So I am really, really happy for Jen Akins. Nicholas, you are a rock star. Thank you so much for helping her out. I know you guys are working so hard. Vanessa says, congratulations, Nicholas Schaefer. Yes, if you know him, please let him know that he is our volunteer of the week. We always want to honor people who are giving so much of their time and working so hard to make ALT a better place. We're so grateful to you, Nicholas. Congratulations on being our volunteer of the week. So proud of you. Let me let me hide that comment because we really need to get to what you've all probably been waiting for. I want to welcome my special guests for today, cast members from The Play That Goes Wrong, Zeke Lewis, Jeremy Hernandez, and Brandon Graves. Hi.
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 I feel a little starstruck right now. I'm so excited to have you guys on the show today. I saw the show on opening night and I was fangirling a little before we started the broadcast today because you guys are such a well-oiled machine. I know we talked about this a little bit when we were chatting earlier, but tell me about opening night.
It was great. It was fun to finally have people in the audience after so long, and to hear. We love Cali, but to hear some different reactions to things, it was nice. It was refreshing.
Yeah. I know you guys were definitely ready for an audience after was it an extra 2 weeks?
It was an extra week that felt like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing a show like that without fresh eyes on it.
Nobody's laughing at us.
Nobody's laughing. I can't imagine doing that show and nobody's laughing. Because when I saw it, it was I don't know that the laughter ever fully stopped, is how it felt to me.
No, the show gets like 25, 30 minutes longer with an audience.
It does.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into does someone have a TV on? I'm hearing.
Oh, wait. Whoops. Sorry.
That's okay. Thanks, Brandon.
I was enjoying it. I don't know what it was, but I liked it.
It's fine.
Yeah, a little added extra something. We already have a comment. Look at that. Vanessa Hill says, look, 3 of my favorite people.
Oh,
Hey, Vanessa.
love Vanessa.
Shucks. Thanks, Nessa.
Love Vanessa.
So I'd love to go around and have each of you introduce yourselves and tell everyone who you play in the show. Zeke, let's start with you.
My name is Zeke Lewis. I play Jonathan Harris, who's Charles Haversham in The Murder at Haversham Manor. Jeremy?
Okay. I am Jeremy Hernandez. I play Robert Grove, who plays Thomas Collymore in The Murder at Haversham Manor.
I'm Brandon Graves, and unfortunately, my name doesn't have the cool under it. But I'm Trevor. No last name yet, but just Trevor. Okay.
And who is Trevor in the show?
He is He's the lighting sound guy. In my head, though, I think he's like the assistant stage manager to Annie.
Okay.
Maybe the real big britches, but her and I go back and forth on that. So.
Jeremy, can you give us a little brief synopsis of the show?
Oh, so
Do the best you can.
The Play That Goes Wrong is you can say it's a lot of things, but you can definitely not say that it is a misnomer because everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong. Just a big ball of energy filled with so much lively performances. We're trying so hard as this British theater troupe to come to Amarillo and just tell this deep, mysterious murder mystery, and we're trying so hard to get that across to the audience, and it just falls completely flat, literally and figuratively. And we are just trying to hulk through and push through, and we're stepping on each other's toes. We are going back and forth. There's arguments. There's pratfalls. There's all sorts of great physical comedy, as well as vocal comedy that we do with our inflection and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of moments where if you've never seen a farce before, it really like pulls you in, and you're like, oh, this is what we're doing now. It's just it's a different kind of a ride for theater goers that maybe haven't gone to a show like this before. But whether you have or whether you haven't, it's a good time all around.
Fantastic. I would love to know how each of you got involved at ALT and when. Zeke, let's start with you.
Would have been. I'm not from Amarillo. I grew up in the DFW area, so this would have been early 2015. I was working at a middle school in Amarillo, and some guy that you might have heard of named Michael Newman got me to go to an audition for Death Trap, which was my first show at ALT, and so I've done at least a show with ALT every season since.
That's great. Jeremy, what about you?
Well, I loved watching ALT shows growing up. You know, I was big in theater, and I just loved getting to go anytime that I could, get a chance to go see the theater. And I didn't start auditioning until I was a senior in high school. Was my first audition. It was for Baskerville, which Zeke was in, and I was I was a little bit bummed that I didn't make it, but I was also like just turned 18 2 weeks prior, and I had not fully fledged myself as a performer yet. But then I came back the next year, and I auditioned for Murder on the Orient Express. Yeah. And I was in the ensemble of that show, and it was a wonderful experience. Jason directed it, and we just had a really good time. And every year since, I don't know if it's a tradition or what, every year I do the January show. So I did Clue last year, and now I'm doing The Play That Goes Wrong. So if you want to see a comedy mystery, just assume that Jeremy Hernandez is going to audition for it, because that seems to be my niche as of right now.
Well, and as an ALT audience member, we are very grateful to you for doing that. You're fantastic on stage. I love you in these shows. Brandon, what about you, friend?
2013, I think. My first show was an Irish show. It was Elevated Adventure Space. Yeah, I think that was my first one. And then my first main stage show was in Enchanted April, which I think was 2013. So somewhere around there, 2012, 2013 was when I got started. I've known of ALT since I'm from Amarillo, since growing up. But I didn't participate till after I graduated from UTEP. Kind of, learned some things, got a different perspective about how the world works. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go audition and see what happens. And the rest, as they say, is history.
I love that. So I'm hearing a bit of a theme here, which I feel like is a theme for most people who audition at ALT. Once you get sucked in, you don't really leave. You kind of stick around. It's just that kind of a place. And I'm very grateful that when we have such talented performers like yourselves, that you stick with us. I'm so grateful for that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeremy and Zeke, you're both theater teachers.
Correct.
Yep. So we were talking about this a little bit before the broadcast, Zeke. So my question was, have your students been to the show and have you gotten feedback? Zeke, you told me they did.
Yeah,
let's talk a little bit about that. And then Jeremy, I want to talk to you about that too.
My students came, it was supposed to be the second Friday. And then, so I had 46 students at the show on opening night.
Gosh.
And it was like walking into a Kiss concert every time we hit So they had the time of their lives. I believe everybody was signing autographs after the show, which them coming to me for my autograph made me laugh, because you guys know you have access to my signature every day. I wrote some of you hall passes today. And then we kind of had to have a talk when I was back with them this Monday. I was like, I'm glad you guys had a great time. I don't know of another show that you'll ever go see that you can react like that.
Yeah.
Like the whole screaming like the rock star thing is super fun. If I take you to see The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, we can't do this. So. But they had a great time, and it was a big fun night. And I don't think we're ever gonna have an audience like that again.
It was a great audience. Jeremy, have your students come to see you?
I did not get an entire sea of children in the audience like Zeke did, but I have had a handful that have come watch it independently with their families, and they had a great time. They were just gushing about the whole cast and about how amazing everybody did and how they were just not expecting it. I have a student that I was already planning on auditioning for the play that goes wrong, but I was kind of teetering because I knew that I had a lot of other things going on. But he kind of pushed me over the edge because he went and saw it in New York on Broadway and said, like, you have to. You just have to do it. And it's so fun. And he's very calm and collected, and he doesn't he's just right here all the time. And so for him to be imagining him on the floor laughing and crying at the same time was jarring to me, and I was like, okay, if it can get you to laugh that hard, then I can't pass up that opportunity. And so I'm really grateful for him talking me into it, and he's coming to our last show on Sunday, so I hope that we do it justice for him one last time because but it's been really fun. I love seeing students in the audience. It's always good to see familiar faces because they see you in a different light whenever you're in the classroom.
Yeah,
for sure. And then it's kind of nice because you kind of see them look at you and you're like, oh, you can act. Right. You're not just teaching because you're that's what you get paid to do. You can actually do this for an audience. So it's really cool.
Absolutely. It's got to be so inspirational for a student to be sitting in the audience and actually see for themselves the talent that their teachers have, so they feel even more comfortable even more comfortable in your class because they know they've watched you do it and inspire them. I love that so much. So Brandon, from what I understand, rehearsals for this show have been full force and hilarious, but so much work. Can you tell us about your experience during rehearsals for this show?
It's been good. It's been great to get to work with Zeke and Jeremy and Brooks in this environment. I like to say their element. Like, I worked with Zeke on Curious Incident, which was more of a dramatic comedy, more drama. So to work with Zeke, being a master of what he does, it's been a blast. I gotta say, to see Jeremy, Zeke, Brooks, the comedic masters at work, it has not been a dull rehearsal ever.
I love that. Travis Tidmore, real quick, Brandon, your castmate Travis Tidmore says, "Hello, friends. I've missed you this week."
Hi, Travis. We miss you, friend.
Brandon,
we know that guy.
I know you're good. You're good. But it's just been great. Callie's been fantastic. Her vision, just the way she kind of handled and broke up rehearsals, and the way we've created the show. Yeah. It's just been really organic. Safety first always, but everyone has been phenomenal. To work with Jenny, this is my first one with her. Like, she's amazing. Like, I can do nothing but gush about everybody in the show. I've loved every minute of it, and I'm glad Jeremy's student pushed him over the edge, because I didn't know he wasn't thinking about doing this. I don't know if I can imagine anyone else being Robert, to be honest. So it's been great.
Fantastic. Zeke, what's your experience been like for this show?
I've had a lot of fun. It has been particularly special to get to work with Jeremy, who, it's not public knowledge, but he was one of my students when I was teaching 7th and 8th grade in Amarillo. So it's been really fun getting to work with one of my babies again. And as far as the show itself, always, they've made enough jokes about me and Brooks being buddies. And that, we're always going to have fun together. Getting to work with Brandon again. Jenny Morgan's been on my list to get to work with for a while. So that's been all the folks who we've added. I've never worked with Vanessa or Heather or seen them before. That was all amazing stuff. Sawyer. And now we got to name everybody. Kendall and Travis. Love doing comedy. I thought, the last show I did with Callie was Baskerville, which was so much fun. I would have retired doing Baskerville, just doing that every day. So much fun every day, on stage, off stage. This show is all the fun. and it is so stressful at the same time because you don't want to do anything that gets anybody hurt.
Right.
There's moments that happen in the show, particularly a moment that Jeremy and I have in Act 2 that I'm a little stressed. I really don't want to. I am trying to pay very close attention to let the comedy happen, but if Jeremy needs me, I really, really need to be there. So fun, and so everyone laser focused at all times.
Yeah. Jeremy, what about you? How's your experience been?
It's been a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah.
I remember after I got cast, I was over the moon to be a part of the production and to have gotten the part that I got, because immediately whenever I looked at the script, I was just drawn to Robert, because I was like that. Not that the character is made for me, it's just like I see a lot of myself in the character.
Yeah.
And I had a special connection from the get-go. So it was really cool to see my name on that cast list, and I was so grateful for it. And then we just hit the ground running, and it was a roller coaster that you don't get to get off of. You are just going, and you're going fast.
Yeah.
And it's been it's pushed my body to the limits. It's pushed my brain to the limits. It's pushed my timing to the limits. It's been a lot, but I love the challenge. I love the challenge because I have grown so much as a performer and as just as a person. Ever since we started, there's been so many cool moments. I've like Zeke said, I'm just so grateful to be finally doing the show with him, because he inspired me so much whenever literally my first year ever touching a stage. And he really kind of pointed me in the direction that I wanted to go, because before I met that man, I wanted to be a lawyer. And sorry, Mom, but this is what I'm doing now.
So it goes.
She always says, "Can you at least meet me in the middle and be on Law and Order or something?" And I was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to
Do it.
But it's been so much fun, and I've just loved getting to do it. I also love getting to go home and sleep every night, because that is really great for my body. But it's just been we've laughed so much. We have come up with so many inside jokes, and we have to remember sometimes that our inside jokes are not outside jokes, and the audience is not going to get them. And so we do something, kind of like Waka Waka, and then we're like, no, that's just for us. And so it's been really cool, and I've really enjoyed it.
I'm so glad to hear that. We have comments to get to. Stephanie Kelly, her husband Cameron is, of course, in the show with you guys. Love y'all. Can't wait to go see it 2 more times this weekend. This show is my jam.
Love it.
Thank you for your comment, Stephanie. Travis Tidmore says, you made the right choice, Jeremy. You made the right choice. He says, do not go to law school. That's advice. Travis would know. I love that. Okay, so Jeremy, you played the butler in last season's smash hit Clue.
Did.
That show was so intricate. The details and the bits were nailed down with precision. A show like this is similar in the sense that it needs to also be kind of carefully choreographed, but made to look like chaos, right? So how do the two experiences compare for you?
It's hard not to draw lines between the two, because they're, like you said, they're very similar in just their tone and the way that it's the experiences for the audience. But as an actor, the Clue was a lot for me, and it was the role of a lifetime. I look up to Tim Curry so much as an actor, and so to get to step into his shoes in a role that I have loved since I was a kid was just a huge honor for me. And so this year it's very similar. The timing has to be so precise, and everything has to be, like you said, it's choreography. Like from the beginning, we were not blocking the show, we were choreographing the show, because a wrong move to the left or the right could cause like detrimental damage for anybody that is a part of the show. So you have to be on your guard at all times. I remember whenever I first got the script and I was sitting there and I was highlighting my part and I was looking at the blocking in italics, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to do what? It was like just kind of running all those logistics through in my head. Like, how is that possible to do consistently without fault every night. And so that's where our directors came in, and we, collaborated as a team to figure out like what works and what doesn't, as far as comedy and as far as safety. And so it's
Yeah.
been really cool. I think that this has been a really great experience for all of us to just kind of push the boundaries as actors and as directors and technicians and just everybody that's aboard. So I'm really grateful to everybody that's kept me safe and kept the whole cast safe. Maybe not Jenny's wrist, but we don't want to talk about that. Everything's been really fantastic. So
I'm so glad. To that end, I feel like a show like this in the wrong hands could really be like we were talking about, dangerous. It could be where there's a bunch of inside jokes being told that the audience isn't privy to, where it kind of gets like, okay, guys, like we don't know what's going on here. There are just so many things that could go wrong in the wrong hands. And I have to say, as an audience member watching the show, our marketing director, Raquel, was asking me what my favorite part of the show was. And I couldn't pinpoint one specific part, but it's like there were so many, really countless moments in the show for me where it was so clear that even though it was constant chaos, that you guys had it. There were moments where something is thrown and something is caught, that it looks like chaos, but you, as an audience member, you go, oh my gosh, they're so rehearsed and so on top of this. They know exactly what they're doing. And it almost makes you settle in a little bit more and keep your mind open to whatever's happening, because nothing on stage, even though it looks like one accident after the other, there are no accidents happening on stage. And sitting there and realizing, oh my gosh, like they have really got this. It was so cool for me as an audience member, but also as someone who adores ALT, to see the work that you guys put in. And I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciated that. I'm so grateful to all the work you guys put in, because it really elevates the show.
Thank you
So much. So let's start with Zeke. What have you learned during the process of this show that's made you a better actor?
Don't feel like it's not learning as much as reinforcing. It's knowing that words are the easy part. It's what is the performance that lies under the words. It's what can you do with your face? What can you do with your intonation? And can you just trust the people that you're on stage with to deliver on their part? And you handle that, and you're going to have magic.
Thank you for that. What about you, Jeremy?
One of the things that has really been hammered home to us by our director, Callie, is that you never, ever want to anticipate and let the audience, telegraph to the audience that you are anticipating something happening. Because when you are in a show, especially this show, but any show really, these things are happening to these characters for the first time.
Right.
They've never experienced these things before, even though, they rehearsed the show prior. The things that are actually happening in this specific performance are new to them. So you don't want to get ahead in your brain, because that's when you lose the moment. You lose the comedy. You lose the sincerity of the performance, because there is a sincereness that kind of lies beneath, even though you're just desperately trying to get through it as an actor and as an audience member. There is a connection that happens in just being like, they're trying their best. Robert's trying his best.
Yeah.
Jeremy's trying his best. Everybody's doing what they can. And so it's really been an exercise in living in the moment and just focusing on the now.
I love that. Brandon, what about you? What have you learned that's made you a better actor?
For me, I think I would say trust. Like this is a new experience for me in terms of improv. Like this is my first, I don't want to say heavy, but I guess heavy improv show.
Yeah.
And I think for me, trust your partner, that they're not going to do anything to, I don't want to say embarrass you, but to like make you look bad or just take you out of it or ruin the moment you're creating.
Right.
And to have that trust with your scene partner, it goes a long way. And when you have that trust, you can kind of just relax, settle in, and just let the, kind of what Zeke said, let the words kind of do the work, so you don't have to act as much, That trust for me.
Love that. We've got a comment here. Super show, guys, and I'm a big fan of Zeke Lewis.
The last name's a clue.
Yeah, a little bit. I love that. Is this your dad?
That's my dad. Yeah.
It's your dad. Okay.
My mom is also in the picture.
I
Zeke's
see that.
awesome, Mr. Lewis. We love Zeke. He's
your
awesome.
appearance. Love that. Thank you so much for watching Thursdays at 3. Is there anything else that you guys want to say, what you want the audience to take away from the show when they come and see it?
A bruised rib from laughing too hard.
Yeah, I just want them to enjoy. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want them to come in with any preconceived notions. I just want them to, like I said, just live in the moment and enjoy.
Yeah.
Laugh.
I like doing shows that make people think. You don't have to think for this one. Just enjoy. Sorry, Brandon, I jumped on you there.
Nah, just with you on that 100%. I would say what they both said. I just laugh, have a good time, enjoy yourself, enjoy the story we're telling. That's it.
Fantastic. Our good friend Matt Morgan, Jenny Morgan's husband, says, "Thank you, fellas, for taking care of my lady during this thing. She thinks very highly of you all."
Oh, shucks.
We
Of
love
course.
Matt Morgan, thank you for watching today, Matt.
Of course.
We're so I want to say, as Jenny's friend, I'm very, very proud of her for what she's gone through, and I'm also so proud of this cast and the crew for coming together and rallying around her. Jenny is an enormous talent, but even bigger than that, has a huge heart for ALT and a huge heart for the Amarillo community. And I'm just so glad that this injury did not take her out of the show after all that hard work for this to happen on the Monday of Hell Week, before you were supposed to open, and that everybody came together to figure out how we could make this work. And it turned out so great. It's just such a phenomenal show. If you haven't gotten your tickets, like I said, there are 125 tickets left for 4 performances total. So do not hesitate. Run to get your tickets. Yeah, and I'm so grateful for you guys for chatting with me today about the show. Y'all are all tremendously talented. I'm so glad that you're all back on the ALT stage and that we get to take advantage of your talent. Travis says, Jenny got hurt? I thought that was just a marketing stunt.
Wait a minute. Oh, snap. It's a secret out, guys. It's a secret out.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Anyway, we are so grateful for you guys for being a part of ALT, for auditioning for this show. Jeremy, again, I'm so glad your student convinced you to audition. You're absolutely perfect in your role. You all are. And thank you so much for chatting with me on Thursdays at 3. I'm so grateful to have you here.
Thank you so much.
All right, you guys have a fantastic final weekend of shows. Guys, again, get your tickets, 806-355-9991, or head to our website at AmarilloLittleTheater.org to get your tickets. Our box office is open until 5 p.m. Get your tickets as soon as you can so you don't miss out on this absolutely fantastic show. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for joining me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.